Hola, Unconventionals.
Hola.
¿Cómo están todos?
It's our 2-year anniversary. I
Yes.
can't believe it.
Welcome to our 2-year YouTube anniversary. I cannot believe it's been 2 years since we pressed publish the first time.
I know. We were talking about how, boy, we just didn't know what in the world we were doing when we first started.
Yeah. Our videos have come a long way since then. We didn't know anything about YouTube. Made a lot of mistakes.
That we did.
Yeah.
It's been a learning process, but we've been having a great ride for sure.
Yeah.
And hopefully everyone out there is doing well. Glad you all could join us this evening.
Yep. It's also our 8-year first date, or first, I call it our non-date anniversary. Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Woo! Awesome. Got a Jayhawk in the house.
I think we have people from all over, JP.
Yeah. All right. So what do we want to start with, Amelia? You want to do a COVID update just to get that out of the way?
Sure. A couple people asked if Daisy is here. She is here. She's with us, but she is lying in her dog bed.
Yep. She
doesn't really like to be held because she's a little big for that.
Yep. She goes hard as a board, like all fours straight out like that. She does not like to be picked up.
Nope. Unfortunately, she also doesn't like to be bathed. So
she stinks.
Yeah.
She needs a bath badly.
We need to get creative. There are new vets supposed to be here. I guess that could be part of our COVID update. The locals have been working, and Pause for a Loan and Coastal Animal Rescue have been working diligently to get our new veterinary clinic up to speed. And we are officially opening October 3rd, and that will include grooming. So Daisy will be groomed. Yay.
Yeah, we're excited to have a vet and a groomer in town. Now we just need an ATM.
Yes, that would be very nice.
Yep. What else? We haven't heard of any new cases reported in our area recently, but we've heard that it's still bad in Cuenca.
We have heard that. If anybody's in Cuenca that wants to chime in, let us know. I did message with Maite yesterday from Gringo Visas, and she told me that the hospital beds there are still full. But I also saw that Tranvia is now up and running, so that's good news. Slowly but surely, things are reopening, but I think most places are still in the yellow zone. And I'm not exactly sure now where we are at. We're in the Santa Elena province. And yesterday I read that we were still in yellow and they still had mobility restrictions. And then today I read that's over. So I'm not really sure. Err on the side of caution. That's the way I look at it.
Yep. Dennis, you can travel here now. There is no travel ban, at least not air travel. I think the land borders are still closed.
I believe they are. Yeah, but you can travel here and you don't have to quarantine if you come in with a negative COVID test. So that is very nice.
Yeah, no 14-day quarantine anymore.
Boy, the chats are zipping by.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Wanda. My hair is finally growing. So yeah, what else? The COVID updates. We did hear some of the national parks have reopened, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
Beaches have been open. Things are starting to slowly return to normal in Montanita because it was really, really quiet there. Have you seen anything else?
No. Oh, the volcano. That's probably a good one.
Yes.
A good next topic. We don't have a ton on COVID because it's not as bad here as it was. So it's not all over the news like it was. But the volcano, the Sanhai, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Good question, JP.
Yeah. It erupted last weekend and it's been spewing ash. It shut down the Guayaquil airport for a while. And I guess the visibility in Salinas, the air quality was low. But we didn't notice anything here. We didn't notice any bad air quality or haze or anything.
No. I wonder if that's, remember we heard them do the tsunami siren? They did that 2 weekends in a row.
Yeah, I think, but it was still on Sunday. I think that was just a test.
Maybe another test, who knows?
Yeah.
The problem here is that they have these sirens, these warning systems, which are great, but we can't understand a word that they're saying. And it's not because it's in Spanish. It's because it's so horribly muffled. Or distorted, I guess is the right word. I saw somebody asked about doing a video on Guayaquil, and we are planning to do that. We really want to go back and do some of the
touristy.
Exactly. Yes. See some of the sites, like the historic part, the parks, the Malecón, Cosas Así.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to go back there in a few weeks and do the Malecon and hike up that hill, whatever that hill is called.
Yeah, that would be fun. I really want to go to the iguana park and see some of those massive iguanas.
That would be cool. Although we have iguanas here in Montanita anyway.
Craig just said we did get a dusting. Okay, Craig, we were wondering about that because JP said, remember this?
Yeah, on today I said we saw some like a dusting of something on the plants, and I wasn't sure if that was the volcano or the lawnmower.
Yeah.
They mowed our yard yesterday in front, so
yeah.
I was wondering if it was from that but yeah, I didn't notice the air still the visibility looks normal. It wasn't hazy or anything.
No, I didn't notice anything unusual, but yeah. I guess we were spared the most of it. I saw some pictures. It looked incredible, just dark and kind of snowy almost. It was weird. It's weird to think that we live somewhat close to a live active volcano.
It is. But it's a long ways that way.
That's true. It's a lot closer to Cuenca than it is here on the coast.
Yeah, I guess it's 80 kilometers northeast of Cuenca. So it's a long ways from here.
It is. So I saw somebody posted that they're living in Scotland, that their COVID numbers are going back up. So I'm really sorry to hear about that, and that they aren't allowed to have people at their house anymore.
Yeah, a fruit fly buzzing my head. Somebody asked about HVAC. Some of the newer places have in-floor heating in Cuenca, but it's not really a thing here. I don't even know if you can buy the equipment.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Maybe most of the AC units are by the room, and then on the coast you wouldn't need a heater, but in the mountains you would. We did have heaters. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question. And we've stayed in hotels, but I don't know if they actually have heating.
I can't
they have air
imagine.
Conditioning.
Maybe in Cuenca.
Maybe. I don't know. That's a good question. All right, somebody asked what time it is. What time? It's 7:07.
7:07 Ecuador time, which is also Central time.
Yes.
And then in March, when daylight savings time changes in
November.
Did I say March?
You did say March.
In November, when it changes again, we will be in Eastern time.
Yes, so it's interesting. We don't actually change. The United States changes.
Yeah. So if obviously there's a lot of comments going by. If you absolutely want us to see your comment and respond to it, consider hitting that little super chat icon right below the comment box. It's got a $sign on it. Don't feel required, but we just may not see your post. That highlights your post.
Right.
So that we see it.
But I do see somebody asking, we're in the Chicagoland area. I grew up in Des Plaines. I've been there for a really long time.
Is that how they say it? Is Des Plaines?
That's how I say it.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah. How would you say it?
I don't know. Wow. Okay. Thanks, Timothy. Thanks for your efforts in sharing life's journey abroad. I really enjoy watching and learning. I worked in Quito frequently. Love the country, culture, and people. Yeah, so do we.
So do we.
We love it here. We love it. The Ecuadorian people are just incredible.
They really are. And boy, we still talk about our trip back to Quito because, we were supposed to go there in October, and then they had the paro, and we're here now.
Yeah.
But I really want to go and visit Quito and those surrounding areas.
Yeah, so I would think Des Plaines would be a French word, and it would be like Des Plaines, something like that.
Yeah, but
Des Plaines, because they drop the S off into words. No.
No. However, Illinois is not pronounced Illinois; it's Illinois.
Illinois,
and the S is dropped off of that name, I should say.
So
you have it both ways, JP.
About New Orleans too, Nolens. If you're from New Orleans, you pronounce it Nolens. But if you're French, it would be New Orleans.
Oh.
But we all Americans pronounce it New Orleans. New Orleans.
New Orleans is how
Somebody
I pronounce
says that. Yeah, Des Moines is pronounced Des Moines.
That's true, it is Des Moines. But Des Plaines is pronounced Des Plaines. Des. D-E-S, not Z. All right, I think we talked enough about that topic.
There is no Costco here, but they do have Mega Maxi and Hypermart, which are basically the same thing.
And Coral. Corral. That reminds me of a Home Depot.
Yeah.
With clothes.
Crossed with a Walmart.
Yeah.
Supercenter.
Yeah, they got a little bit of everything there too. So shopping's pretty easy, except where we're at. You can just do really, really local shopping, which is a good thing.
We have not visited Ambato yet.
No, and we've heard wonderful, wonderful things.
There's so much of this country we have not had a chance to explore, and we had intended to do that before the pandemic hit. It kind of put a kibosh on our travel plans.
Yes. But I did hear that the Super Maxi Albert Hell is back open, and I've heard it is really, really nice.
Yes.
Like the flagship store of Ecuador now. So when we go back to Cuenca, we'll definitely have to go check it out. I'm sure I'll be drooling.
Yeah, I know. That's the one we lived by, and man, it was so nice to be able to just walk to the Super Maxi.
It was, but we have Tia, and Tia that's the trick.
Yeah, the Tia is really nice. We were there this afternoon.
Yes, we were.
We got some staples. We just buy all of our packaged stuff there for the most part. We still get all of our fruits and veggies at the local mercados.
That is true.
We have no plans of moving back to Cuenca. I can't handle the elevation. I feel great here on the coast at the low elevation. The dogs feel great with the warm air.
Oh, yes.
So we will not be moving back to Cuenca, but we would love to visit. We had planned on being back several times by now, but it's on hold until they get COVID under control there.
Yeah, we'll wait. Actually, I like to wait until it warms up a little bit. I saw that it's been cold and rainy, so that doesn't sound like very fun. Yeah. It's been dark here. The sun's been out a little bit, but it's not cold. Yeah, I've not had to break out the winter coat.
It is nice to not be cold.
Yes.
Although this isn't winter, I've been told. All the Ecuadorians keep correcting us that this is summer when we freeze. When we're cold, it's summer. And then in the winter, when it's hot, that's what they call winter.
Yeah, it's confusing because I thought it flip-flopped.
Thanks, Jason. Weymouth. I really appreciate your videos. Very helpful. Stay safe. You are awesome. Thank you.
Thanks. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, so apparently in Ecuador, even though most of the country is in the southern hemisphere, they go by the northern hemisphere season. So they call the wet season winter, which is when it's hot here, and they call the dry season summer, which is when it's cold here. So it's really backwards, but we are going to continue to call the cold season winter and the hot season summer because 80% of our audience is in the northern hemisphere, about 85%, I think. And we don't want to confuse them because we don't want our viewers to book a trip to come here during the summer and arrive and find out that it's cold and cloudy and they can't even go in the ocean.
Right. Yeah, the water is pretty cool right now. Actually,
did I see Javier? Javier! Hola, Javier!
Hey, Javier! I know, and I saw Ed earlier. Sorry, Ed, that was like, I think before we just started. So we're really glad you guys could join us. I know we miss Cuenca a lot.
Yeah, so Javier is with Apartamentos Otorongo. That's we did a video with them. Javier does the city tours and some extreme excursions. Awesome stuff.
We haven't done any of those.
Did you say Ed is on here too?
I thought so. I thought I saw Ed. The Cuenca Expats magazine is on. I thought somebody asked if that was a real thing, and yes, it is. You should definitely check it out.
Yeah, Cuenca. Ed, what is your website? I don't remember the address. And Lady in Enigma, before your thing goes by, are you guys going to do meetup once I move? We'll probably do meetups. Are you talking individually, or are you talking
like when we did our
unconventional gatherings? That we're not going to do again for the foreseeable future. But we do meet occasionally. We meet people who come to Alone. We'll meet for a coffee or a beverage of some sort.
Yep. We had lemonade the other day. It was quite delicious.
Oh, there's Maite from Gringo Visas.
Hola, Maite. Thanks for the information on switching up my passport. My passport's expiring, and you guys, we were told that the passport offices are so behind now that it should take like 9 months to renew that. So I asked Maite what to do because I need to transfer my permanent residency visa to my new passport. But Maite, it's going to be a while before we need to go down that road.
Yeah, I like the electronic passports, but it was kind of convenient before because I just carried my old passport with the sticker in it and then had the new passport. But Worm Dude.
Worm Dude
Congrats on
42?
2 years. How hard is it to import seeds for gardens? You're not technically legally allowed to import seeds as far as
we know.
Yeah, as far as we know.
Yeah, I don't know much about
because they don't want
seeds.
foreign plants here. They made that mistake with the eucalyptus tree back in the mid 1800s. They brought that in and then it crowded out all the native trees. So I think that they don't encourage seed bringing anymore. So Jennifer DeFalco says, we know you guys are vegan and respect that very much. However, we eat lots of meat. What is the cost of meat, beef, chicken, pork, and alone? Yeah, we don't know. We've heard it's more here because it's not subsidized like it is in the US.
Hey, Craig, if you're listening, maybe you can answer that question for Jennifer. Yeah, we have no idea how much it costs. Sorry.
Yeah.
But maybe some of the locals or somebody from Cuenca could answer that question.
Mm-hmm. Huge fan of you. Really sell me on Ecuador. That's great.
That's good. It's an amazing place.
It is. We love it. I guess I never really thought of us trying to sell people on Ecuador. I just like sharing our lives.
Yeah,
and
we're just passionate.
I like to sell people on the unconventional
Yes.
lifestyle.
Yes.
And that means different things to different people. And that can be all kinds of stuff. But that's really what my passion is helping people think outside the box and live outside the box.
Exactly. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And somebody asked, is Alone family friendly? And it's definitely family friendly here.
There are lots of expats with kids here.
Yeah, there are.
And they speak really good Espanol.
Yes, they do.
My
We were
goodness, these
listening
kids.
to an 11-year-old chat the other day with her Ecuadorian friends, and I was just so impressed.
I know,
And
blown
envious.
away. Yeah, that was amazing.
Yep. Oh, Jeff said no seeds for sure. Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah,
If you're going to do it, it has to be under the table. So you'd have to be sneaky.
yeah. Miss Halomi has interest in your channel, grown with the political turmoil in the U.S. Expat life is looking pretty appealing right now. I guess
It's hard to say.
we exploded in July, about mid-July. We had a video that went viral, and it was the things why we left the States video, and it's got like 250,000 views now, and that's where a lot of our people came from. I love
Josh.
Thanks, Josh. I like the dancing pair.
That's cute. And I see Judy said
That's what I look like following the quarantine.
A lot of us looked like that following the quarantine. Too much. JP was making amazing bread like every day, and it was delicious and awesome comfort food and really bad for our waistlines.
Yeah, well, it's the bread and everything else. There was just so much.
It's stress.
So it's stress eating and just stress in general. It was bad. I gained 10 pounds from my quarantine. I call it my quarantine 5 until I got on the scale, and I had to up it to the quarantine 10. But I've already lost 5 pounds just in the last 2 to 3 weeks.
We've been trying to reel it in a bit. So, hey, Paula, I'm glad you liked the videos. And yeah, Vilcabamba is beautiful. If you like to hike, that's an amazing place to go to hike too. Yeah,
Vilca, we didn't get a chance. I had sprained my ankle. That was last year when I sprained it right before we went to Vilca. So we did do some of the flat trails, but we didn't go up the, what's that hill? It starts with an M.
I don't remember.
No. Oh, I don't remember either. It's a really awesome hike in Vilca that we didn't get to do.
Somebody asked about backpacking. I would think backpacking would be pretty easy. There's so many hostels, and it seems like it's pretty friendly. There's also a couple different tour buses you could take that have that hop on, hop off thing that are ideal for backpackers. One's Ecuador Hop, and what's the other one called? Wander Bus. So you could check those out. We've heard people really like those.
We have only driven through Loja, Mike. We didn't spend any time there. We had plans to in January, but we wanted to go film the Guayacanes, but they bloomed in December, so we missed it.
Yeah, next year maybe.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Well, yes, we are absentee voting. We just filled out our absentee voter registration things online today.
Yep.
Luckily in Colorado, we can vote by email.
Yeah,
I'm very happy about that.
I know that makes life much easier.
Yep. So Julio Alvear Julio
Hola.
Abear. Hola. Sorry about that. Lo siento mucho.
Nice save.
Yeah. Is it hard to own a vehicle? Actually, no. One of our patrons was posting on Patreon. And by the way, you guys, if you're interested in getting like more direct access to us and a bunch of other expats who already live here, you might want to consider joining our Patreon community, because it's we have an active discussion forum, and one of our patrons today is looking for cars and posted his experience with pricing and how easy it is to get and stuff today just over on our Patreon private community. So Josh Nova, hello, JP and Amelia. Your skin looks so luminous. Can you tell us about your skincare protection regimen in the unrelenting Ecuadorian sun?
Lots of sunscreen.
Lots of sunscreen, but there hasn't been much sun lately.
I still use it every day, regardless. Unless it's like raining, I always wear sunscreen, unless a moisturizer.
Thanks, Edgar. Yeah. Edgar Tovar.
Yes. Thanks, Edgar. And we eat lots of vegetables. I think the vegetables help a ton.
A lot of fruit and vegetables. And I think we just have good genes, to be honest. My grandma died of cancer, unfortunately, when she was 65. She looked 35. So, and she still wore leather pants. But
grandma.
My family, both sides, neither side of my family really wrinkles.
Yeah, you guys don't do the forehead wrinkles. I do. JP's like, quit doing this.
I keep telling her, you can't, just don't make facial expressions.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
And Amelia has female family members who've lived in their 80s and 90s, and they did not look their age at all.
Yep.
So I just think a lot of it's good genes, but we also eat really healthy.
We do. And like I said, the sunscreen, you got to use the sunscreen.
Yep.
And drink water. Oh, hi from Australia. Cool.
From down under.
I like it because we get connected with people from all over. It's so cool.
We discovered you guys about a month ago. This is Kenneth Bowden. We live in Denver. I'm from Colorado. My wife, Oxy, is from Guayaquil. We love Alone.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Cool.
The Denver Alone connection.
Very cool.
Love it. Yeah. It's already snowed in Denver. Ugh.
Oh, I know. But I think the weather's back to normal. Well, that's kind of normal for Denver.
Hola, Texas.
Hola.
Hola from rainy Bremerton, Washington. Wow. Timothy Seamus. I'm just going to skip the last names from now on.
You can say Timothy S.
You both are inspiring, overcoming all the challenges life can bring, and also making it a point to embrace the beautiful opportunities it can offer.
Thank you very much. We do try.
That's what we try to encourage everyone to do that. It's so important. God, life is so short. And speaking of that, the guy that we have been recommending for our health insurance, Mario Miranda, died just like a week and a half ago now. So we're working, his son is taking on his client. So we're working on setting up a Zoom call with him just to make sure we have a warm fuzzy before we recommend him. But Mario died suddenly. He wasn't that old. So and then also last December, Dario Torres, the guitarist that we featured at Monolab at the recording studio, he passed away like suddenly of a heart attack.
Yeah, it's really, it's all sad.
That was back, he died like within a few weeks of us recording that video.
Yeah. Crazy.
Julio, I'm going to skip the last names from now on. Thank you, Amelia and JP. I really value the work you do with providing information on living in Ecuador. I used your info as research and planning in my home to move to Cuenca.
Oh, that's great. We're glad we can help. It's nice to be able to share, help people out. And for sure.
Maverick One asked, do you like sports? I used to watch sports all the time when I was younger, but I just got out of it. I don't know. We don't watch much television.
So Jake asked if he can have something sent to the post office in Cuenca and pick it up there. You can try. I don't know of anyone that's actually received mail.
Yeah, they do have a post office box in Cuenca that you can rent. And I don't think it's that expensive, but I'm also not sure that they have any available. There may be a waiting list for it.
If anybody has any info on getting mail, we'd love to hear it. Didn't you tell me Gabby said she uses a hotel as her address? Yeah,
I think so. Well, but it's her friend's hotel.
Yeah, but still, I don't know.
Hey, Jeff. Hola, Jeff. Haven't seen you in a while.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
He's in one of our patrons in Patreon. Gracias,
my place
Carlos
here.
Rodriguez.
Muchas gracias.
Probably not moving to Ecuador. I've seen Mad Max like 1,000 times. I'm ready.
That's awesome. And yeah, we do like Montanita. I think it's kind of a love or hate thing. Now, granted, we don't go, we're home by like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we don't go when all the partying is going on. But we really enjoy going and hanging out. It's good people watching.
Mm-hmm. And Pat asked about the monthly costs and breakdowns, please. We are collecting all of our expenses for the whole month of September. And I have a spreadsheet, and we're going to break it out by category. We don't have any medical expenses, knock on wood.
Aren't you clever?
We don't have any medical expenses so far this month, but we did talk about costs in for the dental and the eyeglasses. We haven't gone to the doctor that much.
No, we haven't. Hey, so Pablo said that they've received mail from Florida to Guayaquil, so that's encouraging. That's awesome. Maybe it depends. I know that a lot of people use DHL. But I understand it's pretty expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And I saw somebody asked a while ago if you can get a job as an English teacher, and you definitely can. And I think that online English teaching is pretty readily available here.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are some options for teaching if that is your thing.
Yeah, a lot of the schools have closed, the English language schools. We had a friend of ours, Dave, wish he was still around. I really like that guy.
Oh, I know he
was from Down Under.
He was.
He's from Australia, but he went back home because they closed his school. So
yeah, that was a tough one.
Hola, Kenneth. Thanks.
Hola. Thank you. Muchas gracias.
I like the dancing pear.
I know, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yep. So yeah, this is we mentioned this is the 8-year anniversary of our first non-date. So I called a non-date because we hung out the night before. So the 22nd, we hung out with a group of friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then I really liked her. She was awesome. And then so I sent a message the next day on Facebook and just said, hey, I'm going to go to the Crew, which is this place that used to be by where we lived in.
It was a wine bar.
Wine bar in Denver. And so I said, hey, I'm going to go have a glass of wine at Crew if you want to join me. And so she came, and the rest is history.
Yes, and here we are.
And she's like, okay, yes, I think I will.
But this is the date we always say is our anniversary, even though we have multiple anniversaries.
Yeah, we've been married twice now. We didn't want to get married once.
I know.
But yeah, this is the big one for us, the first date anniversary. We went to Crew, and this guy, we were the only ones in there, and the bartender was having relationship troubles, and he just poured his heart out to us.
He did.
The whole time we sat there, and we finally were like, we were trying to talk to each other. And so finally we just closed out, and then we went to this other place called Yard House, and where we actually were able to talk to each other.
I did feel sorry for that guy. It was very memorable.
Yeah, it was. It's a very, very memorable first non-date.
Yes. Yes. So Sharon said, I didn't feel the vibe in Cuenca was for me. Is there a different vibe in Olón? There's definitely a different vibe here. It's a lot more tranquilo, a lot more slower paced, it's definitely more laid back. And if you like to walk on the beach and hang out, this is a good spot.
I know. We always talk about how tranquilo Cuenca is. And it is compared to Denver, where we moved from, and Kansas City and Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
But man, this puts it on a whole new level.
Yeah. Yep. It's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
So Craig said, any advice for the single retired guy? Any links? There's a lot of single people here throughout the country. So it's pretty easy, I think, to connect with other people, whether you're wanting to date or just meet other single people.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot more single women in Cuenca.
Mm-hmm.
We know a lot of single white female expats. Single white female, is that right?
Yeah, that's from the movie.
We know a lot of single expats in Cuenca, a lot more women than men. Here we know more single male expats than women. There aren't as many single women who live here, but there are some.
There are, yeah. There's a mix of people for sure. And you can, Facebook, I think, is a good way to meet up with people. And there's usually in Ecuador, in Cuenca, there's Gringo Post, and people post meetups, although they just aren't really doing any of that right now. So it's a little tricky.
Yeah, but they're still playing poker here in Olón. They play every week on Friday afternoon. There's a group of expats that meet and play poker.
Yeah.
Did
Somebody,
I miss something?
I don't know. I know it's just kind of going out. Yes, Yard House, they do have good food, right?
Hola, Lola, gracias.
Muchas gracias, Lola. Thank you.
Hey there, not sure if this was asked. If visit this winter, do you think we will have to self-quarantine? No, you don't have to self-quarantine now. So unless there's a second wave and things go back into lockdown, we are not expecting that to return. So they won't bring that back unless they have a reason to. And we'll keep you guys all updated on that.
So somebody else asked if what we think about Manta or Salinas, and we haven't been to Manta, so that is definitely high up on the list, especially since it's not that far from here.
Yeah.
I know we really want to go back to Cuenca because we miss it, but I really like to go up the coast a little bit more first. And I know we're planning on going to Ayampe next. That's just a day trip, but I'm really excited to go and check it out.
Yeah, we haven't been to Manta, but the Salinas, we call it like Little Miami. But one of our patrons is just there, and he took a picture, and he said it reminds him of Waikiki, because even down on the end, there's like a little mountain that looks like Diamond Head. And I would have to agree. I think it reminds me more of Waikiki Beach than Miami.
I've never been. That's cool. Very good to know. I know a lot of people absolutely love Manta, so we'll let you know our take, because of course, we'll be filming, we'll be recording.
Yeah. Tina Balbina, I like you guys. Thank you for sharing your unconventional life.
Thank you. And it's nice to meet you, Tina. Thank you.
Yep. Yes. Thank you, Lady Enigma. Everybody gets haters once in a while.
That is the truth. We all do.
Yeah. It takes me a long time to police our chat. I don't delete messages that I disagree with, but I delete messages that contain hate speech, racism, name calling, curse words not used in a funny or humorous manner. Takes me a long time to police all the comments, and we really try to keep the political discussion off our channel too. It's not what we're about.
Yeah. There's enough of that craziness going on in the world.
Yeah. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for all the great info on Ecuador and for sharing your journey. Can you talk about the internet in Ecuador? Is it high speed? Is it available everywhere? Well, we're on the internet right now.
Yep.
So it's high speed. We have 75 meg up and down for 45 a month. 45.
Yeah, we've been really happy with the internet here, and it worked well in Cuenca as well. And we have two different providers. In Cuenca, it was Punto Net, and here we use NetLife. And yeah, we've been really, really quite pleased. I assume it's available everywhere, but I honestly don't know. I'm sure there's parts I shouldn't say that. There's parts of the country that just aren't developed. But when we just did a video that we're airing tomorrow, and we were out in Dos Mangas and kind of in a farm area. I mean, it's, it wasn't completely out in the middle of nowhere, but they had internet access. So
yeah,
I think it's pretty readily available.
Thanks, Pat.
Hola, Pat. Muchas gracias.
You guys rock. My girlfriend and I are going to be moving there next summer. I'm from there, and she's from California.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Somebody's getting Punto Net. We had really good luck with Punto Net in Cuenca. We have NetLife here.
Yeah. Both of them have been really good.
Yeah, really good.
Punto Net, we could actually use our credit card to pay. That was nice.
Yeah. So why did you talk about the wireless connection too? Because once in a while the power goes out here, just like everywhere else. It's not a lot, but it unfortunately has great timing. It usually goes out during Amelia's meetings.
Yeah.
So she's actually run her webinars over the mobile, the mobile
hotspot.
Yeah, through the hotspot over the wireless, network through Claro. So even that's really good here.
Yeah, we've been really happy with that too. And it's $22 a month.
Hey, Sharon, thank you. Galapagos had no internet. Have you guys been there? We have not. When were you there?
Yeah, that's a good question, because we really have been wanting to go. I always just assume everybody has internet now, but that's good to know.
She said bad internet.
Oh, bad internet.
Not no internet. Yeah,
some places, yeah.
We've got fiber here. We had fiber in Cuenca.
Yep. It's been good. Well, I guess we'll figure that out when the time comes.
Yeah.
Bad internet is better than no internet. I don't know. Maybe it's better to have no internet than you're forced just to completely check out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Somebody, Desiree's Vida asked if the hair places here are expensive, and no, they are very affordable. I haven't actually gotten my hair done in a long time, but I think you can get a haircut for like $5 or $10. Mm-hmm. It's very affordable here.
Yeah, the volcano Sanjay, whatever it's called, it's about 80 kilometers northeast of Cuenca, so it's a long ways from here.
Yes.
We do not eat street food. We a friend of ours got an amoeba right when we were was that on our visit, or that was on our when we had first moved here?
I think we had first moved here, and
she ate street food, and man, she got one of those parasites, and she was in the hospital. It was bad.
Yeah, she was really sick. That didn't change our mind about being here, but we were definitely a lot more cautious. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The stuff isn't refrigerated either, so you really need to take that with a grain of salt.
Grain of salt.
Yes.
Jennifer, the next Zoom meeting on Patreon is going to be Tuesday. Did we decide?
I think we decided on Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah. Those are a lot of fun.
They are.
We like being able to see everybody. It's nice to actually have a video chat with people. So that's fun. Let's see. Julio says, I have family in Guayaquil, Machala, Ambato, and Quito. If you guys need anything, let me know. Put you in contact. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That's so cool.
But you have family all over the place. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Is it a hard G or a soft G for that volcano?
Yes. Is it Sangay?
Sangay. I gotta ask. I have my Spanish lesson tomorrow. I'll ask Christina.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
It's hard since we can't hear you.
There's so many different ways.
So is there any, yes, the answer to the question, is there places that are warm here all year round? Guayaquil is definitely warm here all year round. Mm-hmm. When we were there a few weeks ago, we were really surprised. It felt like we were back in, full summer.
Somebody says it's pronounced Sangay. Sangay.
Oh, gracias.
I'm assuming it's Sangay. Sangay? Which syllable has the accent?
Oh no, they said soft G. Sanhai.
Sanhai. See,
I feel like we're making it even worse. We'll just call it the Cuenca volcano.
Mike, our friends do still have their Indian restaurant in Cuenca. They are very sweet people. And
yes.
Mr. Engineer, great to hear about the internet availability and prices. Thanks. Looking forward to working remotely.
It is awesome.
That's the best way to move here, is to come here with a North American salary and live on South American prices or Ecuadorian prices. It's not cheap everywhere in South America.
No, it's not. But we've said in our last video that people come here and they open businesses. You can definitely, you don't have to do anything if you don't want to, but people come here and open their own businesses too. So those are certainly different options available if you want to come and work. But I'm a big fan of the remote working.
Hola, Jeff and Sherry.
Hola.
Nice to you guys. Glad you guys could make it.
Cookie Monster.
Keep the beautiful pictures coming and post those amazing restaurant pictures of La Comida.
Oh, Javier said Sangay is correct. Gracias, Javier.
Sangay.
Sangay. Got it. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for your patience.
Hola. Hola in Duran.
Oh, I have not been taking surfing lessons since the weather has changed, and I'm really looking forward to getting back at it. I guess a lot of people here wear wetsuits. It's not the water isn't that cold, but it's the wind that gets chilly, and I guess I'm just a wimp.
Yeah.
Let's face it, I'm just a wimp. But I'm excited to get back out there pretty soon. Somebody's
moving to Puerto Cayo. We've heard great things about that. We hope to visit there in the next few months.
Yeah. Somebody was just telling us about that the other day, that they were from that area. It's supposed to be really nice.
Cotopaxi. That'd be a neat place to go to.
There's so many good places. That's why if you haven't come visit for sure.
Yeah.
You should visit Zaruma. It is the patriotic city of Ecuador. Oh, that's cool. My mom was born there and I was baptized there. Oh, very cool. Thanks, Julio. I haven't heard of, actually, is that in the Amazon? Where is that? That does sound familiar.
I don't see it. There's too many.
Julio, Zaruma.
Zaruma. Yeah, I'm not sure where that is.
Well, we'll look it up.
Oh, another churros from Australia. It's from Sydney. Awesome.
Awesome. Hola. What time is it there?
It's early in the morning, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's tomorrow morning? It's tomorrow morning?
I think so.
Yeah. Saludos from Salinas.
I think somebody asked, Desiree said, do all the Ecuadorian teens seem nice because I want to make some friends? I think so. People are just
very nice here.
Very just friendly and helpful and welcoming, smiling. It's nice.
Yep.
Or approachable for sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thanks, Paul. You two make the best content. Love your channel. That's awesome. We put so much into it. People just have no idea how much goes into this. They think we go out and live our lives, and then the video of that experience just magically appears on YouTube. So tomorrow's video, I spent 8 hours solid editing it without getting up out of my chair. I think I got up once.
He was in the zone.
I was in the zone. It was a tough video to edit. Hope you guys like it. I like it. I think it's a great video.
I'm excited about it.
We'll have that ready tomorrow.
Yeah, some of them come together. Well, you just never know. Just like anything else, right? When you start a project, sometimes some of them are easier and sometimes not quite so much.
Yeah.
So I saw that Zamora. Now I'm doing it. Zaruma is in the province del Oro, south of Cuenca and west of Machala.
Okay, yeah, we've driven through there on the way to Machala.
Okay, that's why it sounded familiar to me. Because we went to Machala when we got our visas.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been there a couple times. Very cool. But we did not stop. We'll have to make a point to stop. Oh, hey, hi from Grand Junction.
Hola. There are not a ton of English-speaking people in Ecuador. Cuenca, yes. And Cuenca, there seems like most people speak English or are learning English. But yeah, it's not as much here on the coast. Definitely Spanish is helpful.
It is. Oh, we just froze. Oh, no. What happened?
I don't know. My computer.
Oh, there it goes. We were stuck, you guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, and definitely when we go to Guayaquil, it's tricky, especially if you're learning Spanish, because some of the people speak a lot faster than they do in Cuenca.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pat. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Pat Vega.
I need some H2O.
Salsa dancing. There is salsa in Cuenca. It's quite the salsa scene. We haven't heard about it here. And now with the bars closed, there's not, I don't know if there's any place to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess.
Yeah,
on the beach.
We wanted to go to Parque Histórico in Guayaquil last time we were there, but it was closed. Everything was closed last time. Hopefully next time we go, we can.
Yeah, I really hope.
No sprechen Sie Deutsch. We barely speak Spanish and sometimes barely English.
I thought you were going to say we barely speak English. Yeah. It does seem like that sometimes.
Thanks, Jen or Jenny. Jenny. You're both
79.
amazing. Your videos are great. Getting me through this pandemic as they fuel my dreams for future adventures. Awesome.
Yes, that's what we like to hear.
We're so happy that we were here for this whole thing.
The pandemic,
just very happy.
We felt safe here during the whole process. It was hard being locked down at 2:00 in the afternoon, but boy, it makes you really appreciate getting to go out in the evenings. Going out at 6 p.m. and seeing the sunset was a big deal after that.
Yeah, somebody said I started doing gardening videos and got male viewers asking personal questions. Yeah, those are the other ones that I delete from our channel. We get comments, inappropriate comments.
Oh yeah.
About mi amor hermosa.
Oh, gracias.
And those get deleted, and sometimes they get a warning. Other times I just block them from our channel.
Oh, that's so funny. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but is it Ripales 19 said they're from Guayaquil, and sometimes I can't understand people from Cuenca when they speak. That's awesome. It's nice to hear the other perspective. Is that because they sing song?
They do sing song.
I think the speech is so pretty, but I hear that other people make fun of their accent. There's definitely different accents here in Ecuador. It's tough. It's tricky sometimes. On the coast, they drop the last letter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like they wouldn't say quiero más. They say quiero más. Quiero más. Even our landscaper's name is Juan Carlos, and they call him Juan Carlo.
Yes.
So they drop the S's here. What are the options for remote jobs? We have a video on that. We recorded it about a year ago. So if you just search our channel or just go to YouTube and search Amelia and JP, like working abroad or work online, something like that.
You should remember. Shame on us. We just talked about that one recently too. I think we put some links to different online like job websites, right? Didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in the blog post, but yeah.
So we definitely have some information out there besides like speaking English. Definitely if you can do a remote work from your field. I feel like that should be a lot more accessible now because so many people ended up working remotely thanks to the pandemic. Mm-hmm. So maybe find a company or something like-minded in your field or similar in your field that you can do online. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
and you can come to Ecuador.
We've heard from a lot of people who are now full-time online workers where they used to work in an office. And so several people have messaged us about, how to get your company to agree to let you live in Ecuador. So like I'm working at home now anyway. So I think we'll work from Ecuador at home.
I think the nice thing about Ecuador, assuming you're in the United States or I should say North America, is that the time change is minimal. It would be tricky if you were in Europe or Australia or India, for example, but how people do that as well. But for me right now, it's just an hour difference from Olón or Cuenca to Denver, Colorado. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty easy. And the connection's great. Yeah. We just haven't, knock on wood, we rarely have any issues. No more than we have in the US. And I say that because there are times when they are having issues in Denver with their internet or, you guys all know. We've all been there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Janet, we actually did another remote working episode where we talked about the types of jobs you could do. That was about a year ago. That one's more useful in terms of finding online work. The remote working, good, bad, and ugly is that's pretty good preparation for working online. Yeah. It's not all roses.
Some people struggle with it. Some people, they miss the social interaction or they aren't very good with their time management and get distracted. But
yeah, we talked about all that in the video.
We did talk about all that in the video. I could keep going on and on and on, but I will not.
Somebody asked, Monica asked, is it really easy to get a sitter job in Ecuador? Probably, but you're going to get paid like $2 an hour.
Yeah, so I don't know how much.
You're not going to make a lot of money doing that. But if you house sit for gringos, and you'll make more money doing
house sitting for sure seems to be a good option. Yeah. People are out. Well, it's my assumption that people are always looking for house sitters, especially if they have pets.
Yeah.
And then that going rate for that is like $15 to $20 a day, I think, or with like overnight.
Mm-hmm. So somebody says, Lillian asked if we have a generator. No, the power doesn't go off very often. Mm-hmm. It goes off once in a while, usually in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
When it goes off. So, oh, wow. Thanks, Grace. That's really nice.
Wow. Thank you, Grace. We really appreciate that.
So, yeah, we don't have a generator and they're not common unless it's for construction work. I don't know, Craig, are you still on? Do you know anybody that has a generator here? It's just, we're not really. Oh, is that Dr. Grace?
Dr. Grace.
Oh, Dr. Grace.
So nice to connect with some of our Cuenca friends.
I know. I tell Amelia I need to come back and get my teeth cleaned.
We both do.
Yeah, Dr. Grace is our awesome dentist that we featured in several videos.
Yes. She's an awesome dentist, but also an awesome person.
She is an awesome person. She takes really good care of us.
She does. We're happy to have you joining us. And yeah, we do need to go to the dentist. But we won't go down that road either.
Do they hire contract work, small but growing city? Do they hire contract work there? Yeah, they do, especially if you're fully bilingual. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to find a job. The competition is steep now too with COVID because a lot of people are out of work. There's a lot of Venezuelans who speak fluent Spanish and It's coming here and expecting to get a job is not a good plan. Now, if you can get a job before you come, then that's good.
Oh, Craig said house sitting $100 a week with a pet. Okay, that's good to know. And then have we traveled to the Amazon rainforest? No, not yet. I hate that we say no so much.
I know.
We'll get there, everyone. The pandemic really set us back.
Well, with our dogs too, we can't
That's
just
true.
pick up and go travel as much because they're old and, we have to find house sitters or dog sitters, and it's expensive. And also inconvenient.
That's true. It is. So somebody asked if we've had the encebollado. I'm probably not saying that properly. Encebollado. And the answer is no, because I'm pretty sure that has fish in it.
Yeah, we don't eat seafood.
We've had ceviche that does not have fish. The vegetables here are amazing. We absolutely love them.
Georgia, our doctors all speak English fluently. So we have not had an issue with understanding our doctors.
No.
All of them. They're all really good, and they're all really educated, and it's really the healthcare here we find it to be better than it was in Denver, at least.
Oh, that's cool. Jane said Warren and Julie just visited the Amazon. Very cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I know they went to Vilcabamba too. I'm glad that they're out there enjoying the country and doing some videoing. That's awesome.
Be careful with the giant bugs and the excessive humidity. Yeah. Yeah, we're spoiled. Cuenca doesn't have a lot of bugs, and it's really, the bugs aren't as bad here as we were expecting.
No, they are not bad at all. Matt said he came to Montanita and got food poisoning from the salad. That happened to JP too.
Yeah, that happened right before the pandemic I went to a place and got a salad. I didn't realize it was raw, and I was in the bathroom for 3 days.
Yeah.
So I try not to eat anything raw here because I just assume they wash it in the tap water, which isn't chlorinated.
Yeah. Okay, Jane, I saw that you said after watching them, you'll pass on that adventure. All right, now we got to check it out. That's awesome.
Yeah. Terry asks about being fluent in Spanish to get a job in the university. Yeah, those university jobs are hard to come by. Somebody's never been to the Amazon who live here their whole life. So we're not alone.
We're not alone. I met people that were born and raised in Colorado and never went skiing. I guess it's the same thing.
Thanks, Pat.
Yes, thank you, Pat.
As Joanne said, so glad I found you guys. My friends just moved to Cuenca to work for a TV station with their 3 kids.
Cool.
Awesome. That's cool.
Wow, that's exciting. And Ron asked if gluten-free is understood and available, especially in restaurants. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's
more understood than vegan.
Yeah. There's like gluten-free options in the grocery store too. So for pasta, and there's a lot of different types of flours that they sell in the grocery store. So
yeah, we're always surprised too when we go to the restaurant. We're like, "Oh, we're vegan," and they're like, "Here, this is gluten-free." Like, no, vegan and gluten-free are the same thing.
Not
like,
the same thing.
Yeah. So we're fine with gluten. We eat gluten.
Yep. Sometimes a little too much, but it was a quarantine.
Yeah.
So Desiree wants to know if there's sports still going on. Well, there are playing like local sports, but honestly, I don't know much about what's going on with the soccer scene right now. I really haven't been paying any attention. Maybe somebody in Cuenca can tell us. I doubt they've been having any live matches with actual I just lost the word. An audience, people, yes, because it's crowded, but
Hola, Sean.
I could be wrong. Hola, Sean. ¿Cómo está?
Yeah, I think you're the Sean that we met in Cuenca in January.
Oh yeah. Gosh, that seems like yesterday, and then also a lifetime ago. I know, it's so crazy. Oh, that's awesome. They're going to be back in October.
Wow, Dennis, their neighbors had a yard sale, sold everything to move to Ecuador. We have their art on our walls now. That's funny.
Nice. So Javier did confirm you can do outdoor sports. So that's good to know.
And Marvin asked about what opportunities there are to start a business. There's a lot of opportunity to start your own business here. There are a lot of things that we just take for granted in the States, and don't ask me to come up with something on the spot because I probably can't.
I know, right?
But there's a lot of things here that they just like mobile dog grooming. That's a good one.
Oh yeah, that would be a good
Everybody
one.
has dogs here, but it's really hard to find anywhere to get them groomed.
Yeah.
So in Cuenca, it was easier. There were more groomers, but like in the other areas, it's not as much. And we haven't seen a mobile dog groomer anywhere. So, I mean, that's just one example, but there are a lot of the things we take for granted in the States hasn't found its way here yet. And there is a market for it, especially with the number of expats that are moving here.
Yep.
And that want those types of services. So there's several, we know probably at least a dozen expats who own their own business here.
Yeah. And it's a variety. It's not just bars or restaurants. You know, if you have a special skill and you speak English and Spanish, that is helpful. It's nice to be bilingual for sure.
Yep. Ed Lindquist started the Cuenca Expats magazine and now Coastal Expats magazine. And then we know yoga studios, massage therapists, fitness gyms. What else? Real estate agencies.
Yeah. Yep.
Tour guide. We know expats who do tours. Yes, dogs need heartworm here. Yes,
they do. Well, they didn't need it in Cuenca. They need it in, did they ask specifically about, in the coast? Lots of mosquitoes.
Somebody asked about, is it possible or easier to get a job in the hotels department? Not right now, because a lot of the hotels are still closed or only occupied at 5 to 10%. So a lot of the people that were working in those places are now out of a job, and as soon as they can, I'm sure they'll get rehired. So John Fitch asked about sign companies. I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. You just need to do a little research. There are a lot of sign companies here. Yeah, there are a lot of signs, I should say. We don't know about sign companies, but there are lots of signs. There's a lot of paper. Remember Chinu getting those signs done like overnight? Yes. Yeah. Well, she was a, La Tormenta. Yeah. That woman, she is a force. There's the globe-trotting geezer. That's an awesome name. Love it. That's a good one. Nice alliteration. There are no Harleys here that we know of, and you can't bring a motorized vehicle unless you're an Ecuadorian citizen. And then like the motorcycles have a CC limit on the engine. So I don't think Harleys work here. They do have this brand called Royal Enfield that looks kind of like a vintage Harley. They're really cool looking. Yeah, they are cool. Is the civil unrest still going on? Love your videos. We haven't heard anybody in Cuenca. Let us know if they're still protesting. Yeah, they were last week. They did last week. We're expecting those to continue, especially as the economy being bad. Craig says, no jobs in Montanita right now. Craig, I don't think there's a lot of jobs anywhere right now. Yeah. There's so many people out of work waiting to go back to work and hoping their place of business opens back up. Well, especially hospitality, because it's just been hit so hard, like JP was saying, and the restaurants, they're still not, just things that are not open at full capacity, meaning that they can't hire all the people back. It's a tough situation. Mandame, give me chocolate. Chocolate Picard. Maybe you need Picari. Picari? That Picari chocolate is amazing. Yeah, I'm a vanilla Picard. Yeah, you are. Where is it? Where do you hide it all? It's in there somewhere. We have not made it to the Galapagos yet. I just was looking at flights the other day. I'd like to get some. I'd like to get that scheduled. We just bought some Picari chocolate today. I can't find it though. She probably hid it from me. She likes to hide the chocolate. It gives me comfort knowing it's in the house in case I have a chocolate emergency. That does happen. Thanks for the update, Gary. So Mohammed says, is it possible to get or easier to get a job in the IT sector? I don't know. We don't know a lot because we haven't looked for jobs. But I mean, again, if you're fluent in Spanish, it's going to be easier. If you're not fluent in Spanish, you probably won't get a high paying job. Right. And Pablo had posted a little earlier that his suggestion was that, you really should come to invest, not to work unless you're a highly skilled worker. And we've heard that from multiple people. So that is excellent advice. That's why we say too, if you can, if you have a unique skill or if you can work online, that is the way to go. Yeah. Working online is the way to go.
No, Gary said no protests at this time in Cuenca. Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah. Yeah. Picari chocolate is actually one of Oprah's favorites. Wow. I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
Wow. You and Oprah, you got something in common.
She has good taste.
Any shortage of imaging centers?
No.
No, because actually a lot of people just put up a sign out in front of their house and they'll do copies, and they'll just basically go buy a copy machine or a printer, and you just go up to their door, especially in Cuenca. There was one on every block practically.
Yeah, there's several just in our little town of alone. It's pretty popular.
Yeah, just like at somebody's house, they'll just hang up a sign that says copies, copias.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think a lot of people have home printers here,
Yeah.
I guess. We don't. So we've had to use those before. It's really nice. Suzanne, I do not have a recommendation for a local tour company for the Galapagos. So if anybody online participating in this chat has one, definitely throw it in the comments for us, because we'd like to hear your thoughts on that as well. I don't know. Do you know of any Galapagos tours?
Not at the moment.
Yeah. We haven't investigated it
But they are
enough.
It's back open and they're wanting tourists to come.
They do. So we have to still take a COVID test to go. I got to look at the rules around that. I thought it had to be within 96 hours, but I don't know. I need to check it out again. It's hard to keep up with everything.
You got another compliment on your earrings. Where are those from?
These are actually, I got these in the US. They're Stella and Dot. So it's one of those like where you have the home parties and they sell the jewelry. But I know Chino really liked these a lot too. Thank you. They look Indian.
Yeah, I thought maybe they had a good story.
No, sorry. Next time I'll wear my stuff from India.
Thanks, James Boardman. Your videos are amazing.
James.
I hope to retire soon. What are the electrical outlets like? Slotted like the US? Yeah, it's the same electrical outlets and electricity as the US.
Yeah, everything works good. We do have a couple of those 2 to 3 prong adapters. The place we're in now, we don't need those, but we did need a few of them.
Yeah, in Cuenca, most of the outlets that we saw in Cuenca only had 2 prongs. They weren't 3 prongs. So we just brought adapters with us. There's a bug. Is that a spider?
It's like a little ant. I don't know what it is. There's teeny tiny little bugs here, which is fine. I mean, I don't really want them in the house, but it's better than big, giant Amazon bugs. Those are scary.
How was your garden? That's a sore subject.
Oh my gosh, the garden. Ugh.
We are not green thumbs.
I think
the squash is looking great, but we still don't have a squash. But the plant itself looks really healthy and beautiful. But the tomatoes died. It got chilly and there was no sun for basically 2 months straight. And the tomatoes, obviously, they want sun. So the tomatoes didn't make it. The peppers didn't make it. And also, we have a east-facing backyard, and the sun is gone by noon where we had our plants. So this didn't do well.
No, that was really disappointing. And I personally think it's a lot easier if stuff is planted in the ground than in pots.
Yeah.
But the truth is we just have to just do our due diligence and try it again when there's sunshine.
Now, I think it's a lot easier when you just go up to the Mercado and buy it.
Well, that is
it's cheaper and easier, and they grow. That's perfect every time. There's no waiting. It's instant gratification.
That it is. So Kenneth said, we noticed in one of your videos that there were coffee plants growing near Olone. They're
coffee and cacao grow here.
Yeah.
In fact, we show a cacao plant tomorrow.
We do. So
in tomorrow's
you could do
video.
That. Yep. Live your dream.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Pat said the Chinese are fishing around the international waters, and hundreds of commercial fishers and the Ecuadorian government Navy have their hands tied.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, it's not good.
So, and as far as the growing season, I honestly have no idea. I mean, there is seasonal fruits here. We know that, but there's certain things like we have broccoli and cauliflower all year round, carrots, potatoes. Potatoes here are amazing, but mangoes, we can only get those a few times a year. And I didn't see any cherries this year. So I don't know, maybe they don't make them to the coast.
Mm-hmm. Somebody asked, I missed it. Where did it go? What's the story behind the hummingbird tattoo? Oh. That's I've always called Amelia my little hummingbird because she flutters around. She can't sit still.
Yep. And I decided when I turned 50, I had decided I could finally get a tattoo and be happy with it for the rest of my life. I had always thought I wanted a tattoo, but I could never decide what I wanted. And there was no point in getting something if I thought I was going to change my mind, because then it's on your body forever. But I love it.
Yeah, we actually filmed that. It was one of our first videos.
Yeah.
That was back when I didn't know what I was doing.
It's funny when I watch that because I look a little manic afterwards. It was a bit painful. It wasn't terrible, but it was painful. It took like 2 hours.
Amelia has a million different hairstyles.
Yeah, normally just mildly crazy to extremely crazy.
I should do a video of all of Amelia's different haircuts and just do like a time lapse.
Very funny. Maybe more of the hair color because it keeps changing. Although I think it's kind of done now. There's no color in my hair.
Yeah, it's all au natural.
It is.
It's great. Salt and pepper.
That's right. Goofball.
Is it possible to find a one-room apartment in Ecuador for at least $150 a month? You can find like a room, a shared room. You could probably find a one-bedroom apartment. I guess it depends on how nice you want it to be. So it's so hard to say. If you want something like where we live, you're not going to find that for $150, but you will find places for $150.
So how much? Alyssa rented a room
for $110 a month.
Okay, right.
She had a corner room with a great view of the mountains, but as a shared kitchen and a shared bathroom. So she just rented one room in Cuenca, right by the Doce de Abril Mercado. And it was nice. It was a nice big room, and it was $110 per month. But she lived in a house with a family, an Ecuadorian family, which was great because her Spanish was amazing.
Yeah, she seemed to really like living there. So there's so many different options. And there's places that are a hell of a lot more expensive than what we have too. So you really have the whole gamut here. There's some big, giant, fancy houses around here.
Yeah. Amelia, someone said that there's no way you look 50.
Oh,
she's 52. 52.
Yep. I was just telling JP earlier today that we're middle-aged. Yeah. How did that happen?
Carrie, so thank you. What are your recommendations for a couple going on an exploratory trip this summer for the first time to Ecuador to look for a place to retire? We recommend everybody start in Cuenca. Especially if you've never traveled in developing countries much, because Cuenca is pretty well developed.
Yeah.
And it's very expat friendly. A lot of people speak English. Cuenca is a great place to start.
It really is.
If you haven't traveled outside the U.S. a lot.
It's a beautiful city. We love the architecture. It's walkable. And it's also good if you're thinking about that, because then you'll find out if you have any issues with altitude. And we also recommend taking your time. Some people are on a tight schedule, but it's like really, by the time it's all said and done, you really need like 2 days just to get here and kind of recover, because it's a long trip. So you have to you could fly to Quito and then you could take another flight to Cuenca, but it normally, it takes a good 24 to 36 hours with the way the flights are. And I haven't looked to see how they're going now. Or you can fly into Guayaquil and drive. You should definitely come. We took 10 days on our exploratory trip.
Yeah, we spent 2 days in Quito and then basically 7 days in Cuenca.
Yep. And we fell in love.
Yeah, Cuenca was amazing. I was in love. We got there at night. It was in the evening. It was raining. We checked into Apartamentos Otorongo, and Javier and his family were so nice to us.
Yes.
And then the next morning we woke up and it was sunny and beautiful. We walked down the river and I was in love immediately. Amelia took her a little bit. It took her the full first day to really warm up to it. And then after that, she was in love too. And as far as getting a visa, it's actually the easiest way to get a visa is if you're on a pensioner visa. If you have a pension, that's the easiest. The second is probably an investor visa. We're here on a professional visa. So, and that you have to have a specific type of university degree from a approved college, and you have to make a certain amount of money per month on, that you can show for the previous 12 months. So professional visa is not the easiest to get. And then there's work visas, which you have to have a sponsor for.
Right. You can get volunteer. There's a lot of different
options. The volunteer
options.
visa, though, can't be converted to permanent.
That's true. The work visa can't either,
Yeah,
though,
I don't
can
think
it?
it can.
I don't think it can.
So we're a permanent residence now.
Yep. Very happy about it too.
Any concern that your videos will change Ecuador with a huge flux of expats? We've talked about this a lot. A lot of expats hate that we do this because they're afraid, basically this is the North American philosophy, or I should say the European descendants feel like if they plant their flag first, that no one else is welcome. We don't have that mindset. We think that this is a great place and a lot of people could benefit. Not everybody's going to move to South America or to Ecuador.
Right.
And there are a lot of other really cool places in the world to expat. So,
Yes.
there definitely are a lot more people moving here. I don't know if it's because of our videos or not, but it helps the economy. I know some Ecuadorians think that it hurts the economy, but overall expats spend over $500 million here every year, and we don't compete for jobs, and we don't use a lot of the public services that Ecuadorians use. So we're bringing our foreign money and spending it here, but we're not really using a lot of the services.
Right.
And we're not competing for their jobs. So it really helps the economy. In fact, some Ecuadorians have been commenting that they love our stuff because they're looking at, in the late 90s when the currency crashed and a third of Ecuadorians moved out of Ecuador to make money elsewhere. A lot of them went to Spain and then they sent their money back. So some people have been commenting that they think the expats are the next revenue stream for Ecuador, so that because we're bringing our money here and because they're struggling.
Yeah, well, especially with everything that's been going on over the last year.
Mhm.
2020 has been a tough year. Well, really worldwide, I tell you what.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah. And the cost of housing is definitely, we think it's probably going up for expat oriented housing and also for middle and upper middle class and upper class Ecuadorians. But most expats are not driving the price up of the local, like indigenous Ecuadorian style housing.
Yeah. So what is interesting though is that we got water today and the water price went up.
Our jugged water.
Yeah.
What did it go up?
It was $2.20. So it went up 20 cents.
Oh yeah.
Not a substantial amount.
Yeah. So it went up 20 cents. That's
So,
10%.
Yes.
A 10% increase.
Which is not what you want because everybody needs water. So hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully that's not going to become an issue, things like that. I haven't noticed prices of food going up at all. Have you, JP?
No, I haven't. Well, we'll know at the end of this month. I've been collecting, but at the Mercado, the price has not gone up. I haven't seen any increase in my papayas or my pineapples.
No.
And those are usually always $1 for
Right.
each of those. Those have not changed.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of things change other than
So
people being out of work.
Vicky, we use we go through one jug about every 2.5 to 3 days.
Yeah.
So we do basically 2 to 3 jugs a week.
I do cook with the tap water, and we haven't had any issues with that. But for like making coffee or just drinking water, we use the bottled stuff.
So somebody asked about how much for a reasonable home very close to the beach. We did a couple of videos on rentals. As far as purchase properties, we're not sure. We're going to actually do a video on purchase properties.
Probably in a couple months.
In a couple months.
We don't want to overdo the whole
real estate
thing.
Yeah, there was a beautiful, beautiful house. I think it may have sold, but it's right on the beach, not too far from us. I think it was a 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom house with basically ocean view on the beach, and it was for sale for $425,000.
Yeah, it was it is still really nice. It has a yard and a circular drive, and it looked. We saw the pictures online. We never got to go inside, but it looked really nice. So I think, relatively speaking, it's very affordable.
Yeah, it's a single freestanding house, not connected. So it's not like a townhouse. It's a house with the front and the backyard. It's beautifully landscaped right on the ocean.
Yep.
So, and for $425,000, in the States, that'd probably be $4 million if it was in like San Diego or Miami.
Yep.
No, we have not visited a graveyard on El Dia de los Muertos or any other day.
No, we haven't. And it's interesting because a lot of them are the above the ground type here. But no, we haven't gone and done that.
Leah asked how far away we are from the beach. We're about 3 blocks off the beach.
We're very close.
Very close. We can hear the high tide usually.
Yep. It's pretty cool.
And Elba, I wouldn't say that vegetables are organic. They do use pesticides here. There are organic vegetables, fruits and vegetables available, but we don't think that our mercados sell organic. Craig, let me know if you have heard anything different. If you're still on, since we shop at the same place.
Yes.
But the vegetables are fresh. They're picked when they're ripe. Our potatoes sometimes have so much dirt. I have to knock the dirt off of them. I mean, it's definitely the quality of the produce is extremely high, and we wash them really good in a saltwater bath.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah, I scrub them with the plastic bristle brush and get any pesticides off.
I'm sorry, I'm still looking at
Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, I've been using Reddit more. The expat group on Reddit's really good.
Pablo, yes, and Pablo, you have another good comment here, and agreed. You should definitely get to know the area you are thinking about buying in, and don't rush. We heard that when we first moved to Cuenca that the best way to find places for rent or for sale was just to go into the neighborhood and walk around and look for signs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's excellent advice.
We're hoping to go to Ayampe this week.
Yes, I'm very excited.
Yeah, we've been wanting to go there for a long. We've driven through it twice.
And it looks so pretty.
Bus ride from hell.
Yeah. I didn't get to see it on that one because we went by too fast.
I know. We didn't even slow down long enough to see the sign. It was all a blur.
Tim said, are the buses that bad for long trips? No, the buses are actually really nice, but sometimes the bus drivers are a little crazy and they, in our opinion, drive too fast on windy roads.
Yeah.
When we drive through the Cajas, we like to take the little busetas. And what are those, 12 or 16 passenger?
16 passenger.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're small, and they sometimes even there, though, they drive way too fast.
Yeah.
But at least it's over faster. They drive sometimes.
That bus ride we took to Puerto Lopez was ridiculous. I thought we both were so frazzled after that. I thought we were going to throw up. It was scary.
Chip asks, what do you think of Loja and Vilcabamba for retirement places? I was in Cuenca last summer and loved it. Definitely am considering Cuenca. The altitude didn't bother me at all. That's good. That's really good for you. Vilca is small. We've heard great things about Loja. There's not a lot of English speakers there is the main downside that we've heard, but they have apparently a good music scene, good coffee scene. Yeah. And a lot of expats that I've heard from love living in Loja.
Yeah, and Vilca is beautiful. It is a lot smaller. So it kind of depends on the kind of, I don't know, what you want to do.
Yeah, we love Vilca too. It's beautiful.
We did.
God, it's just beautiful there. Some of the pictures I took don't even look real.
I know. It was amazing. And sometimes it reminded me a little bit of being in the mountains in Colorado. So that helps it all.
Warren and Julie had a bus ride with no brakes. Yeah. It sounds about right.
Yeah.
They wear the brakes out.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Ayangé is really beautiful and peaceful. Yeah, we want to go to Ayangé too.
Yep.
That's not far from here either. It's about the same distance to Ayangé as it is to, actually, Ayangé is a little further.
I think it's a little further.
Than Ayampe.
Well, we'll find out. It's amazing being on this part of the coast, and there's just so much to see and do here. It's really beautiful.
I'm glad the Fed Shiva. Thank you.
What are you looking at?
This one.
Oh.
You put a smile on my face.
Oh, well,
love to hear
you.
that.
Yep.
Does Salinas have English-speaking people? Not that many.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of English-speaking people, but it was also really quiet when we were there. So, I don't know. I think that's a big weekend tourist destination. Well, so is Alone.
Should we go down there to escape early November? Early, late? I don't think it matters anymore.
Nope. We were in Salinas for the Cuenca days, and it was interesting because it was super quiet. And then the weekend came, and I have never been to such a crowded beach in my life. It was amazing.
Yeah,
it's an experience.
Elbow to elbow people, and then they all left.
Yes, it was fascinating.
It was empty again. It was so weird.
It was very cool.
It was, yeah.
So Tim wants to know, do you guys ever plan to buy a car? I heard they were ridiculously expensive. We do not plan on buying a car. They are expensive.
However,
you are correct.
However, though, I just heard from Pat was posting over on our Discord community that they're car shopping and the prices have come down a lot. I guess they're rolling back those tariffs 5% per year. So they're down 15% now, I guess.
Yeah.
So he said it's getting more affordable to own a car here. Prices are coming down.
That's good. It makes sense because we've seen a lot of new cars, and I've been wondering how people can afford them, but I haven't looked at car prices in like 2 years.
Yeah.
So that's good to know.
Yeah, we don't have any plans to. I hope I never have to drive again. I don't miss it at all.
I don't miss
Daniel says, have a wife and 4 kids. We want to move to Ecuador, Cuenca, or alone. What is life like? There are several families that live here and alone.
Yeah.
But you have to realize that you're either going to be teaching them online or in a local school, and they speak Spanish. It's 100% Spanish.
Both cities are definitely family friendly, and especially Cuenca. We always every weekend saw people out with their kids in the parks, and there's kids out playing here all the time. But I think a lot of people homeschool or they do online schooling, although I guess that's what's going on in the world right now anyway. And I don't know a lot about private schools. We did meet that couple that lived in Chayobamba, and they were doing
they had a private school for their kids.
Yeah.
But it was expensive compared to the local.
It was expensive.
It's still less expensive than a private school in the US, but
sure. And do we ever miss Cuenca? We do. We miss the people, and the architecture is amazing. And sometimes I miss the crisp air and the altitude, but not enough to move back, just to visit.
Dr. Grace asks, what is the most that you guys enjoy in Ecuador besides you? Besides our beautiful teeth that you've given us?
But that's a tough question. What do we enjoy most?
I think for me, it's kind of a toss-up between the fresh fruits and vegetables and the warm, welcoming people.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that.
Because it's the food, I'm just always shocked at how good it tastes. It's just amazing to me that it's like it was when we were kids. When I was a kid, and that's the way we get to eat now. And sometimes I'm still shocked. But then when we walk home and all of our neighbors wave and say, hola, buenas tardes, and buenas noches.
Yeah,
buen dia.
I have to agree with all of that. I love too that we've met people from all over the world. We're friends. I mean, not that we couldn't have done that in the States, but it's different because before in Denver, I was just, commuting to work, and everything was really work related. But now we meet people from all over. Like I said, we have friends from everywhere, and it's amazing. It's just been such an exciting experience learning a new culture and to be here and meet new people. And the food, JP's right. I agree with that too. Food's amazing.
It really is.
I always say we are very spoiled. I cannot complain.
Besides walking on the beach, what can you do there if you're retired? Well, you can play poker on Friday. Eat out. There's a lot of great places to eat. There's a lot of volunteer opportunities if you're into that with both the furry friends and the local charities. And we didn't give a fundraiser update. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
So we've officially ended our fundraiser. Now we're driving people over to the Spirit of Wellness. It's a registered nonprofit that has been working in this area for years, and they have local boots on the ground, and they're doing a lot of really good things here. But we raised almost $47,000 with our fundraiser.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking. You guys are so incredible. Thank you so much.
What did I do with that thing?
It's in the other room.
Oh. So anyway, they had a Thanksgiving event on Saturday, and they gave us a bunch of people, everybody who helped out during the quarantine, they gave a official certificate from the Comuna saying thank you for all of the help that all of us, everybody.
Yeah, not just
us. We were one of many people that they recognized. And So we were gonna, I forgot, we were gonna send out a picture and an update and to say thanks to everyone.
We can do it in one of those little stories.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we'll do that.
Well, I think it'd be better in a picture.
Okay, we'll do a picture. But yeah, it was nice. That was the other thing that was really cool is that so many people stepped up to help. It wasn't just us or one other person. There were so many groups helping out with fundraisers and feeding people. And that's a common thing, at least at what we've observed here and where we are at on the coast and in Cuenca. And I'm sure in Quito and, the other major cities as well. So it's awesome. People are awesome. Very happy.
Yep. Oh, there's another Denverite videos. We are in Denver and need to escape. Should we wait for better COVID times or get down there now? We know people who've moved here and visited here in the last month.
Yeah. So I don't know why wait? We feel like it's pretty safe. They're still being cautious. I don't know. I say that and I see people aren't maybe being as careful as they were, but I haven't heard of a lot of resurgences with COVID. And at least in our area, it seems like it's been okay. Hopefully keep our fingers crossed. It stays that way.
We haven't had an earthquake here recently.
Keep my fingers crossed.
Yeah. Actually, the worst one we felt in Ecuador in 3 years was here on the coast when we were visiting 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was just up, 2 miles? How far is La Entrada?
Well, that's where we were. That's not where the earthquake was.
Well, no, but that's where we were. And we felt it was strong. It lasted a while.
It went on for like 60 seconds. Went on long enough for us to go down from the 4th floor out into the yard.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And meet everyone else who was out there freaking out.
Apparently, if you live in places like California, that's just normal.
Yeah.
We used to feel them in Cuenca.
Yeah, we got little rumblers in Cuenca a lot.
But I haven't felt one here. And I'd like to keep it that way.
Yeah, the volcano hasn't really affected us, but it did shut down the Guayaquil airport for a while.
Yep.
Question for JP in Cuenca, did you find any local computer geek meetups or anything through the university? I didn't really look. There's meetups for everything in Cuenca. It would most likely be a local, Ecuadorian type thing.
I'm sure you could find one for sure.
And if you can't, you can probably start one. A lot of people start their own groups, like Facebook group. Meetup isn't a thing here, but people do Facebook groups a lot.
Yep, they're very popular. Although, again, you can meet in small groups, especially if you went and sat outside. There's a lot of open air where we're at, which makes it easier to meet people. Yeah,
that's a good point, Pat, is that if whoever is planning on coming here, for a visit, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but if you're planning on moving here, you might have a hard time getting back.
Yeah, that is a very good point.
But if you're here for a week, I think you're fine. But if you're planning on moving here and then you want to go back in 3 months, it's just so much uncertainty right now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, kind of weird to think about.
Most of the interest groups in Ecuador are run through Facebook. So if you're anti-Facebook, then it's kind of hard to connect.
Gringo Post, though, in Cuenca.
Yeah, Gringo Post, they also, people that have the Facebook groups that do meetups, although you can't really do that now, but they post in Gringo Post a lot of times too. gringopost.com. Sometimes I see some ugly comments from North Americans in your videos. How do you deal with hate comments towards Ecuador? Any kind of hate speech gets an immediate block. I've blocked hundreds. I haven't even counted. We may be over 1,000 people that I've blocked on our channel now. And with hate speech or racist comments, name calling, I have a zero tolerance policy for that because we don't want that in our lives. Our channel is about being positive and happy, and we just want everybody to just be positive and happy.
Yep. People obviously can disagree with us.
Yeah, I mean, I don't block or delete comments that disagree as long as it's respectful.
Yes, exactly.
That's the key. You can disagree and have different opinions. It just has to be shared respectfully.
Yes, that is doable.
Yeah.
JP, we've been going for an hour and a half.
Wow. I guess we should wrap this up.
We probably should wrap this up pretty soon.
What do you mean uncertainty in getting back? Just that, Jim, if you are moving here and you need to go back in 3 months, we don't know what's going to happen in 3 months. If you come here on a vacation for 10 days, you're going to be able to get back. But if you need to go back in 3 months, that's when it becomes uncertain.
Yeah.
And it's just anywhere, not just Ecuador. It's anywhere traveling outside your home country.
Yeah, right now it's just, I mean, I don't think that they would lock things down again because things seem to be stabilized. You just never know. So when all this was happening and the airports were closed, they still did have flights, those humanitarian flights, so people were able to go back home. I don't know how hard it was to get on those flights because we obviously opted to stay here, but I don't think you'd be, trapped here for like the rest of your life. That would be terrible, or maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah. Thanks again, Pat.
Thanks, Pat. Love all the fun little
the little
graphics.
Emojis.
Yeah, those are cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, we're so happy here. And like I said before, we felt safe during all of this. We felt safe when they had the big strike and we were out walking in it and people were pretty tranquilo and we felt safe here during the quarantine. So
yeah,
it's a new way of thinking about things, I guess. Things I wouldn't have thought about, like, well, will I be able to catch a flight back in 3 months? I don't know.
Yeah, and that could be anywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, we had TP. We never had a shortage on toilet paper.
No, we did not.
In fact, I showed some in a video, and there was like a whole wall of toilet paper up in one of our little tiny mercados.
Yep.
There was never a toilet paper shortage here.
Or the hand sanitizer, because wasn't there a big hand sanitizer shortage too?
Yeah, and masks. We found masks. There was no shortage on masks. It's amazing to me that Ecuador, that we didn't have any shortages of those critical items, and the U.S. did. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah, I think there was some scarcity mentality going on with that.
Yeah. Somebody asked about the toilet paper again. So we talked to the guy who works for the developer of our condo, and he said that we can flush the toilet paper here because we have a septic tank and modern plumbing. This is a relatively new building. So we started flushing it here, but there are a lot of places that you cannot flush the toilet paper in Ecuador. They have signs like in most of the nice hotels, the hotel we stayed at in Quito, and all of them in Guayaquil except the airport suites.
Oh, right.
So we couldn't flush it in the airport suites hotel, but all the other places we've stayed in Guayaquil, you can flush the toilet paper. But a lot of places like public restrooms and government offices, they have signs, do not flush anything down the toilet other than.
Yeah, and you just get used to that.
What's meant to be.
Just becomes, just another part of daily life.
Yeah. Thanks, K Cult.
Oh, good night. Thank you.
Yeah, Craig, we took your recommendation and we took it to Lewis, who works for the developer of this building, and asked him, and he said, flush it.
So Dan says, Ecuadorian Spanish teachers for online learning? Yes, as a matter of fact, we do, because that's what I'm doing. My Spanish teacher, Christina, lives in Cuenca, and she is Ecuadorian. And we now do online classes. I think she does online classes for North Americans too. She's awesome.
Thank you, Terry.
Gracias, Terry.
Yeah, this is a big anniversary. 8 years.
2 years on YouTube, 8 years for us.
Yeah, 8 years. God, I can't believe it.
I know.
Well, should we wrap this up? It's been over an hour and a half, Amelia.
Yes, I suppose we should.
I'm getting sleepy.
Are you?
Yeah. Amelia will be wired now.
I will be. I'm pretty chillaxed. This is very relaxing. It's nice hanging out and chatting with everybody. It's a lot of fun. It's a little weird because we have to stop and read, and we try to keep up with all of your comments. So thank you so much, all of you, for participating. It really is a ton of fun, and I think we've been talking about doing some of these more often. Yeah.
And thank all the super chat people. Thank you all so much. Really appreciate that.
Thank you all.
That helps us continue making these videos because this is my full-time job now.
It is.
Yeah, it's actually more than a full-time job, but I love it. We have so much fun doing our videos, and
we do.
Very, very thankful that we started our channel.
I know, who would have thought? This is all JP's idea. I had nothing to do with it. He had the vision and he was right.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you. I'm glad I got this recorded.
Oh, and somebody else commented that you sound like Jeff Bridges. JP here's had a lot.
Yeah, I used to look a lot more like him when I was younger. I was a spitting image. I
had to go back and look because I would have never picked up on that, but I didn't know a lot of Jeff Bridges' earlier work.
Yeah.
But I do agree.
Yep. All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you all so much for attending.
Yes, thank you.
I think we're going to do these every quarter, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe once a quarter. So if we'll have them again. We're a lot of fun. We really appreciate it.
Yes, thanks for joining us. We're really glad you all could hang out, and we'll see y'all soon.
Okay, ciao, guys.
Ciao.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.